Hi, welcome to World Recaps. In today's video I am going to explain a series called Lada Gold. Spoilers ahead, please watch out. The episode begins with a poor man named Pasha who just bought a used car, and while working on it, he made a shocking discovery. As he scratched the car's body, he realized that the car was made of pure gold. Imagine that, a car made of solid gold. Pasha couldn't believe his eyes. He quickly raised the hood and scratched different parts of the car to make sure it was real. Sure enough, the metal turned gold wherever he scratched. Pasha was overjoyed because he thought he'd soon be rich. Pasha quickly composed himself and realized that he had to sell the gold to make the most of his good fortune. He quickly starts repainting the scratched areas. After that, he cut a piece of the car's exhaust to a gold dealer. At first, the dealer wasn't interested, but after testing, you will be surprised. He tells Pasha that this gold is the purest gold in the market. He then asks Pasha where he got the gold, to which Pasha tells him that his grandfather gave it to him as a gift. Next, the gold seller buys the gold from Pasha at the highest price. With the money, Pasha went to find his girlfriend who earlier broke up with him because he was poor. But because he has made some money now, he successfully wins back his girlfriend. They started spending it lavishly, buying expensive clothes, jewelry, and dining at fancy restaurants. But, unbeknownst to them, a criminal gang was searching for the gold car. The gang's leader, who had recently died, had turned all his gold into a car gold before passing away, and his gang couldn't find it. The owner of the gold shop was also part of the gang too. Arthur, the grandson of the gang's leader, had come to the country for his grandfather's funeral and was unaware of the gold car's existence. But, the gang thought he knew where it was, and they tortured him, cutting off one of his toes, trying to get information. Meanwhile, Pasha tracked down the previous owner of the car and paid him a thank you visit. But, he accidentally ran into the gang and barely escaped. Arthur, meanwhile, was rescued by his grandfather's friends and ran away. He accidentally crashed into Pasha, who was driving without paying attention. Pasha quickly takes Arthur into the forest and gets ready to leave by taking his wallet. But then, the previous car owner calls Pasha on the phone. Pasha is about to hang up, but he realizes that the person on the phone is the leader of the bad guys who are looking for the gold car. When Pasha talks to them, Arthur wakes up and hears Pasha talking about gold. Arthur gets confused and thinks Pasha is one of the criminals, so he runs away after a quick fight. Pasha's phone hangs up, and he chases Arthur through the woods. And he finally knocks Arthur to the ground, and after a little talk, they realize they are both wanted by the criminals. So Pasha takes Arthur to his girlfriend's house to bandage his toes. He then informs his girlfriend about the gold car, and also tells her that the country's deadliest criminals are after them. But unfortunately, Pasha's girlfriend's mother becomes suspicious of their actions. So he secretly calls the police. Later that day, Pasha and Arthur were arrested by the police and taken to the police station. But that same day, they were released after the police had finished their investigation. Arthur and Pasha decided to escape the country through the border, but unfortunately, the police had spilled the beans to the criminals. Now, the gang leader has sent his top best hitmen after them. As they're driving, their car gets a flat tire. Pasha takes it to the repair shop, while Arthur goes to ask for directions to the border. But, the repairman wants a lot of money, and Pasha has no choice but to agree. While the workers are fixing the car, they discover that the car was made of gold. They start attacking Pasha. On the other hand, Arthur approaches an old man and tells him his intentions to leave the country, but he doesn't care what Arthur says. But shortly after he approaches the old man, a police car arrives there to apprehend the old man. But Arthur manages to convince the police officers in a foreign language and saves the old man from being arrested. Now, the old man introduces Arthur to his friend, the owner of the repair shop, and tells them of Arthur's intentions to leave the country. At the same moment, Pasha was still in captivity. So he pretends to be confused and uses the opportunity and escapes from the repair shop. He didn't know that Arthur had helped the repair shop owner's friend, and now the shop owner was going to take them across the border. Later, the workers repaint the car to apologize. Pasha also gives them a gas tank cap as a thank you. Just as they're about to leave, the criminal who tortured Arthur shows up. The workers approach his car and tell him to leave the repair shop. But he noticed Arthur and Pasha inside the garage. So he shoots the house next door with an RPG, and they run out of the garage. The killer follows them, and starts firing at their car with a bullet, causing the car to lose control and fall into the water. But he keeps shooting at them. Just as all hope seems lost, the police arrived, and the gang members were arrested. The corrupt officers were also exposed. But back in the sinking car, Arthur finds out that Pasha has been shot. And that ends our recap for today. Please kindly subscribe for more videos like this. And turn on notifications, and don't forget to leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.